have to admit, this thing works a lot better than the other one. Yeah, you have to take a loan out for this one. I don't know how to think about this one. No problems. Yeah, the other one, the other live stream I used, you have to, for some reason, in the beginning, you have to change it. I don't know what's up with that. You have to change it to perspective, whatever you call it. Priscilla's here. Right on time. It's like right when you show up for work, she shows up right on the dot. Like, where you been? She clocks in right at the stroke of midnight or whatever. Hello there, Priscilla. So, of course, you've heard this before. Life's a game, and different. It's different. It's different games. It's all kinds of stuff. It's kind of like the Running Man. It's like it just came out. I think they remade it. I haven't seen it. It's different games. Yeah, it's chess. And you can feel the energy of like what kind of chess game you're playing. Obviously, a lot of people here have insecurities. It's never how we play. It's hard because we don't see how this is playing out. We don't see the other players. It's not a fair one. It's not a fair game. No. An Archon chess game, you can say. Yeah, if it was fair, you would see all the players, you would see the rules, you would see everything. Now, as you evolve, you might get some insight here and there, but it doesn't mean you'll see the full picture. Because I could be wrong, who knows? I guess that's why some people sell out. So they get, I don't know. Sometimes they just selling out just so they can get somewhere, without trying. But it doesn't always work out for them in the long run. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, it's just have to kind of kick out. It's hard to do this, but obviously focusing on self patience is a big part of this incarnation, at least for some, maybe not everybody. But also focusing on self is, even if you don't know what your self is, you don't have, either way. It's rough because you get tired. I mean, you do get tired of the same old situations. It's like the wrong place, they're always at the wrong place at the wrong time. You get tired of, you just get sick of this universe sending you duds over and over and over. But that's part of the, it's part of the game to endure. And you might not have a cheerleader that's helping you through all this. It's rough. It's just not supposed to make any sense. There is, so when you look at it, it's hell basically. Of course, others, sit back and just. Of course, there are people that are watch. I mean, there's different versions of watchers. There's watchers that are actually doing something, and then there's watchers that aren't doing anything. As there are more NPCs that just they're in the audience. Maybe they're more audience, maybe like they're audience watchers, like they're watching the game. They're part of the game, but they're not like in the game. I mean, some of you know you're in the game, like you're like, I feel like you're getting tossed, like, as for a weapon, they give you a sausage or something. You ask for a better tools to deal with this. Instead, they give you toss salad or something, whatever. They just do something. I don't know. Just don't do what you thought they were going to do. So, actually, I don't know if I put the thumbnail on this thing. I just thought, but I can't remember. I can't remember anything. Actually, I think I did. Yeah, can't remember. Anyway, I also I made an audio on the membership that would go out whenever of the Truman Show, the mental, which makes sense, right? But it's mental. It's of course the Truman Show is the movie. The Truman Show, is he's living this scenario. He's living this life, and then he starts realizing it's fake or whatever. And but this what we're living, everyone has their own kind of, I would just say your own Truman Show type of, you can word it however you want it, but you're living this reality that's maybe not what you thought was what it could be, or the one that you're brought to you, and or whatever it's signed up for, whatever, or manipulated into, whatever. And you start waking up to the reality that's around you, and it starts breaking down. Doesn't mean you see, you might see alien beings or something like that, or not going to see actual people building or thinking. I guess you never know. But we're all kind of in that VR set scenario to some level, and we're here to break that down. And I wouldn't say like at the end, it's soul achievement in the long run. Like I said, there's different levels of this. Those that just sit back and just want everything given to them. That doesn't work out so well. Like there's spectators, some of their NPCs. Well, that's the other thing. It's like, if you look at it from that point of view too, it's like not everybody is here to play in the major leagues. Sometimes you need to understand this. You need to kind of be on. You need to be in the bleachers watching. But when you feel like you're ready to go out and play ball, there's different levels of this, but it's rough. And what's the outcome? Yeah, it's all it's gambling too. It's it's all just a big machine when it gets down to it. It's nice. She's not tearing down the background because I can see that really runs. It's okay if she does. It's just very distracting. It kind of messes up the ambiance. But her just being over there, that's cool. If you look at see a flying cat. Yeah, Fritzy tried that today too. These cats are just test their limits. That's why they live 9 lives. Fritzy jumps on top of a door. She's not young like she used to be. But she can do that like an acrobat. Now she's getting older. It's like, okay, maybe I'm not as good at this as I used to be. Oh, man, come on. Guess everything's falling apart. So, so it's obviously, I've mentioned this before, but the game scenario I've probably heard of, maybe not from me, but the chess. It's so many, even chess doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And this is a game where obviously on a higher level where we're oh man, come on, seriously? No, go away. No. Come on. No. Let's see. Gets bored. do that any other time. Yeah, terrorists. So anyway, yeah, I wish I would do that all the time. It gets irritating. She has all day to do that. She does it during this. Yeah, I guess it's changing the shifting the energies, but yeah, still a pain in the ass. We got the picture. Something like that. Of course, it takes me out of my train of thought too, but either way. But yeah, like in astral, I think we have some idea what we're getting into, and of course, the rules that we can't remember anything, and it's all predetermined about the outcome of what we're getting into. I don't know where it's going to go. That's when you come here, the spectators are watching, this astral realms are watching us see what we do with what we have. Yeah, it's like watching a soap opera, basically. Or whatever, however. It might be the most boring. It doesn't really matter because they don't have this stuff. And of course, things are faster there too. So what we find is boring and it doesn't really, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's still knowledge in the long run. Yeah, it was basically just like, was it the Tron? I'm just using the movies because it's easier to, who has time to read a book these days anyway? I mean, you do, but it's a little bit easier to grasp. Like the Cliff Notes of reality. Tron also is like, what do you do here? You survive. And obviously, the idea of life should not be that way. Life shouldn't all be about survival, but here it is. You have to go to work every day, right? You have to do it. It's survival. It's just the idea is for it not to be this way, but that's what we're working towards. And it's interesting with the AI stuff's coming in of our like for the U.S. the power grid is being upgraded, which I was always in the past is with Elon Musk and all that talking about. I think he was talking about the power grid too, but this is before the AI stuff got real popular. And it's almost like because it's old. In Europe, they're upgrading everything. I think it's better in some places. For the U.S., it's all old. It's all 1950s or something like that. You think, we're in this new industrial age, right? And the power grid is old shit. Yeah, you have all these electric cars feeding off of it. It doesn't make any sense. But now the AI stuff's coming in, so now we're investing more into it. Which is, of course, that's the rise in the machines, which is not necessarily a negative, because somehow it will go into, where people are, you still have a job, but it might not be 8 hours a day, which is not a bad thing. It'll be probably less hours. It should be, I don't know if it's going to be more pay. I don't know how that's going to work. I feel like it will be less hours, but more time to focus on yourself. And if you don't know what that means, or focus on chaos. That's the thing. Some of these podcasts, they talk about how spiritual they are, but yet all they're doing is looking at conspiracies and chaos. And isn't the idea is to evolve beyond that? I think some of them are literally projected here. Like I can pick up, it sounds out there, but not really, right? Because this is a controlled reality. So obviously some people here are projections from some other reality or hologram people. I mean, they're people, but I like to project it from someplace else. So they have manipulators there, which some of them are podcasts. They're just dirty. There's two of them that are just disinfo people, disinfo twins. I always feel like that's like a projection from some other reality or something like that. Like they might think they're real, but it feels like there's something else going on there. Yeah, it has a huge following. It's all just convoluted nonsense and just chaotic energies usually. It might add some spirituality here and there, but it's mostly just chaotic nonsense, basically. So, I mean, even in the Running Man, like you have, they would even make up stuff like to frame somebody. They would make up, they use like AI, like you didn't punch somebody, but they use AI to say that you did. That's kind of the same. We're definitely going through that phase right now. Of course, they're trying to detect it better, but trying to frame people and stuff like that. So either way, like Stephen King's a weird one. Yeah, he's plugged into the system, but he's also telling people stuff here and there. Funny, I made that video about it and it didn't get much attention at all. I think something like that would. That shows you how controlled my channel is, how fucked up it is. I mean, I've had dreams of entities trying to derail me, so yeah, it's not that pleasant. It literally is like I could get a job and some entity would try to scam me somehow on the same day. So I've definitely seen it in the past and it hasn't happened like that, but recently. But yeah, like you have one good thing come in and then something else will come in to try to derail you or something like that to get your, trying to lower your frequency, whatever you call it. So yeah, there's definitely master manipulators here for sure. So yeah, it's just, yeah, like I said, it's a game. I mean, it shows up in a dream, but it doesn't help you. I mean, yeah, I guess clear out your frequency is very important. But of course, you might not always be meant for that. It's, sometimes you have to go through certain contracts. Oh man, what a mess. It's, yeah, probably not going to be the scenario we think it's going to turn out. Who knows? But obviously, this reality. Of course, it's there to siphon the energies of those that are here. Of course, people are here to learn too. But it's also, I mean, the system here is warning. We're warning from it, and it's warning from us. So it's warning how to make a better system, and we're learning how to derail or break out of it. It's like some of us incarnate with we're here to decode it or to hack it, break out of it to some level. And obviously, it doesn't like that because they want you part of their game. And you come here like player, you go to a casino and you have you're known for certain things. You're known to win or whatever. You're known to challenge the house. Let's put it that way. And they think they're going to beat you, and you end up winning here and there. So whatever you want to call it, it doesn't mean this is winning. I don't know if this. I guess this is winning to some. Well, surviving. But yeah, it's kind of like derailing their reality that they're creating. So anyway, there's all different perspectives, of course. Yeah, it's a mess. So I guess I'll go into the Archon energies. We connected them on a neutral level. They are the game players of this. Yeah, obviously, I mean it is to the death, meaning like it's life or death here, as some of you might notice. It's like either it's going to help you're going to grow, or it's going to either kill you, or whatever, or drive you. It's all a mental game, of course. It's trying to just drive us completely insane. Don't you want this? Don't you want riches? Don't you want this? Yada yada yada. And not care so much and so on. Yeah, it's a mess here. So anyway, all right. They go into the Archon energies. All right. What's this? Greetings. We have Archons. Yes, Architect. And yes, we can't really go into so much detail. Well, we can't reveal how we do things. You You have your ways of doing things, we have our ways of doing things. And yes, maybe incarnate here to help others evolve, to yes, break out of the incarnation cycles is one way of looking at it. There's also soul achievement. It's like some are here to get their soul back. Think about that. Like your soul is, this is why you reincarnate. Your soul gets trapped here. That's why somebody reincarnate here over and over again. They get pulled by all these manipulative forces. And so one by one, you're taking down those that have caused you to do. That's why clearing is important. That's what many of you are doing now. Shadow works. Some takes longer than others. Everyone has their own process. Some are so stuck in the religious, even with the New Age stuff, stuck in the either way. What a lot of this is just pulling your soul out of this reality for good. It's like pulling yourself out of a pit. It's one way of looking at it. And yes, the entities here see your soul as gold, as a thing, as and yeah, it's pretty terrible how they look at it. So it's like you're seeing your self-worth, because the beings here want to make you feel worthless. Religion does this to some level. It's basically just like, well, your soul doesn't matter. We'll take. Yeah, you're not worthy. We'll take it if you don't want it. So yeah, so yes, your word. Not we're putting a currency on that, but how much do you feel your soul is worth without the currency? Is it worth enough to get you through it? Of course. Well, not everyone thinks that, of course. That's why they let these entities take over and take your soul. Of course, even if those that take their life, you still have a way out of here. It just takes longer. Okay, you get to the lower realms. You can still crawl your way out. It just is more difficult. So that's why staying sovereign, doing this, as hard as it is, because many of you are light bringers. You're bringing light to others to find. Yeah, it's like you're in a cave, in a maze, and you're helping others find their way out. And obviously, entities here don't like that. You're going against their system, their protocols. It's kind of like a Tomb Raider, meaning like you can say you're looking for MacGuffins, but think like you're looking for lost memories. You're you're putting yourself back together, Humpty Dumpty, putting yourself back together, something like that. Now, don't worry, just keep doing your thing. Don't feel like some feel like they're failing no matter what. Sometimes they need that motivation. But just keep moving forward. Now, the astral plane can only do so much. I mean, yes, when you go into sleep state, you get summoned, but even there, now obviously on a higher level, you're allowed to see, but when the human version, you're not allowed to know anything, because you're in a game, you're in agreement, and it's just not. You have to get to certain goals, then you can know more, and that's what this is all about. That doesn't mean you have to know everything, but have a little bit more understanding of what this is all about. So there is a worth to it. Once again, it's your soul matters. We would think it would, but it's never talked about. Not really, not in society. And of course, when you bring it up, it's not going to tell you. I guess you could talk about it every day, but you're not necessarily meant to. It's for us and for the others to figure things out themselves too. They'll find it. They'll find a message somewhere if they're really ready to find their worth. You don't have to talk about it every single day. It's not your job to help others see everything. That will be guided to what they need to find in it's like a scavenger hunt to find out who you are. And much more to it. But every piece counts. So it's all up to you in the long run. What's this?